Imagine coming home to a space that instantly relaxes you, where everything has its place and brings you joy. This isn't a fantasy. It's the reality Marie Kondo promises with her KonMari Method, a method that's taken the world by storm, transforming cluttered homes into serene sanctuaries and changing lives in the process. Welcome to CEO's Library, the 1% Bookshelf. I'm your host, and today we're diving into The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up by Marie Kondo. This isn't just another book about cleaning. It's a revolutionary approach to decluttering that promises to spark joy in your life and transform your relationship with your possessions. Now, you might be thinking, it's just tidying. How life-changing can it really be? But stick with me, because the KonMari Method is about so much more than just organizing your sock drawer. It's about creating a space that reflects your ideal life, confronting your past and future through your belongings, and ultimately, living more intentionally. Let's start by exploring the core philosophy behind the KonMari Method. Marie Kondo's approach is radically different from conventional wisdom about tidying. Instead of seeing it as a dreaded chore that never ends, Kondo views tidying as a special event, a one-time festival that can dramatically alter your life. Think about it. How many times have you spent a weekend cleaning only to find your space cluttered again within days? Kondo argues that this cycle happens because we never really finish tidying. We do it bit by bit, room by room, never getting ahead of the tide of stuff that threatens to overwhelm us. Instead, Kondo advocates for a tidying marathon, one fell swoop where you confront all your belongings and make decisive choices about what stays and what goes. It sounds daunting, I know, but Kondo insists that this shock-to-the-system approach is what creates lasting change. When you dramatically transform your space in a short period, you also transform your mindset. But here's where Kondo really turns conventional wisdom on its head. She says to discard first, store later. Most of us, when we decide to get organized, immediately start thinking about storage solutions. We buy bins and boxes, install shelving units, all in an attempt to contain our stuff. But Kondo argues that this approach is backward. We need to radically reduce what we own before we even think about how to store it. This brings us to the heart of the KonMari Method, the question that guides every decision. Does this spark joy? It's a simple question, but it's surprisingly powerful. Kondo asks us to hold each item we own in our hands and pay attention to how our body reacts. Does the item bring a little thrill of excitement? Does it make you smile? That's joy. Now, I know what you're thinking. But what about practical items? What about the toilet brush? That definitely doesn't spark joy. Kondo has an answer for this too. She argues that even utilitarian items can spark joy if we shift our perspective. That toilet brush might not be exciting, but doesn't it bring you joy to have a clean bathroom? The key is to recognize the purpose these items serve in supporting your ideal lifestyle. This focus on joy is what sets the KonMari Method apart. It's not about minimalism for minimalism's sake. It's not about getting rid of things just to have less. It's about surrounding yourself only with things that bring you joy, that support the life you want to live. Now that we understand the philosophy, let's dive into the actual process of tidying the KonMari way. Kondo has a very specific order for tackling your belongings, and it's crucial to stick to it. You start with clothes, then move on to books, papers, kimono, which is miscellaneous items, and finally, sentimental items. Why this order? Kondo explains that clothes are the easiest category to make decisions about. We generally have less emotional attachment to our clothes, so it's a good place to practice the skill of identifying what sparks joy. By the time you get to sentimental items, which are the hardest to part with, you'll have honed your decision-making skills. Another key principle of the KonMari Method is to tidy by category, not by location. This means gathering all your clothes from every corner of your house before you start sorting. Pull everything out of your closets, your dresser, that pile on the chair in the corner of your bedroom. Get it all in one place. This might seem counterintuitive. Won't it just make a bigger mess? But there's method to this madness. When you see all your clothes in one place, you get a true sense of how much you own. It becomes much easier to decide what you really need and what's just taking up space. Plus, tidying by category prevents the common problem of items migrating from one storage space to another. How many times have you tidied your bedroom by shoving things into the guest room closet? The KonMari Method eliminates this shuffling of clutter by making you confront everything in a category at once. Before you start the physical process of tidying, Kondo recommends visualizing your ideal lifestyle. This isn't just a fun daydreaming exercise. It's a crucial step in the process. By clearly imagining how you want to live, you create a powerful motivation to tidy and a clear criterion for making decisions. Maybe you imagine a serene bedroom with just a few carefully chosen items on display. Or perhaps you picture a home office that inspires creativity and productivity. Whatever your vision, hold on to it as you go through the tidying process. It will guide your decisions and keep you motivated when the going gets tough. Now, let's get into some practical techniques. One of the most famous aspects of the KonMari method is her unique folding technique. Kondo advocates for folding clothes into small rectangles that can stand upright in your drawers. This might sound fussy, but it's actually genius. When clothes are folded this way and stored vertically, you can see everything you own at a glance. No more digging through piles to find that one t-shirt. Plus, Kondo argues that this method of folding actually treats your clothes with more respect. Instead of being crushed in a pile, each item has its own space. Kondo applies similar principles to all storage. She's a big advocate for simplicity in storage solutions. Forget complex systems of boxes and labels. Kondo believes that the simpler your storage, the easier it is to maintain. She even suggests using shoeboxes as drawer dividers. No need for expensive organizing products. One of the most touching aspects of the KonMari method is the emphasis on treating your belongings with respect and gratitude. Kondo encourages us to thank our items for their service before we discard them. It might sound a bit woo-woo, but there's a profound psychological effect to this practice. By expressing gratitude, we acknowledge the role these items have played in our lives. We release any guilt we might feel about discarding them, and we become more mindful about our consumption habits going forward. When you've spent time thanking your possessions, you're less likely to bring home items that don't truly spark joy. But the KonMari method isn't just about the physical act of tidying, it's about the psychological impact of the process. As you sort through your belongings, you're not just organizing your space, you're confronting your past and your anxieties about the future. Kondo points out that there are two main reasons we have trouble getting rid of things: an attachment to the past or a fear for the future. That shirt you never wear but can't seem to part with? Maybe it's tied to a memory you're not ready to let go of. Those just-in-case items cluttering up your closet? They might represent anxiety about the future. By facing these items and making conscious decisions about them, we process these emotions. We learn to appreciate the past without being tied to it. We build confidence in our ability to handle whatever the future brings. It's a powerful form of self-therapy, all through the simple act of tidying. This decision-making process also builds confidence in other areas of life. When you've made thousands of small decisions about your belongings, other choices start to feel easier. Many of Kondo's clients report feeling more decisive in their careers and relationships after tidying their homes. There's also a profound effect on our mental clarity when we tidy our physical space. How many times have you felt overwhelmed by a messy room, unable to focus or relax? By creating a tidy space, we create mental space as well. We reduce the visual noise in our environment, allowing our minds to calm and focus. Many of Kondo's clients report unexpected benefits from tidying. Some find that their relationships improve as they create a more harmonious home environment. Others discover new passions or career directions as they uncover long-forgotten hobbies or interests during the tidying process. There's even a physical impact. Kondo claims that many of her clients report losing weight or having clearer skin after tidying. While this might sound far-fetched, think about the physical activity involved in a tidying marathon. Plus, the reduced stress from living in a tidy space could certainly have physical benefits. As we wrap up, let's recap the main takeaways from the KonMari method. First, tidying should be a special event, not a never-ending chore. Tackle it all at once, and you'll see dramatic results. Second, focus on what to keep, not what to discard. Keep only those items that truly spark joy. Third, tidy by category, not by location, and follow Kondo's prescribed order. Fourth, visualize your ideal lifestyle to guide and motivate you. And finally, remember that tidying isn't just about your stuff. It's about creating the life you want to live. Now, I want to challenge you to start your own tidying journey. It might seem overwhelming, but remember, you don't have to do it all at once. Start with one category. Maybe this weekend, gather all your clothes and ask yourself what truly sparks joy. You might be surprised at what you discover about yourself in the process. The KonMari Method isn't just about creating a picture-perfect home. It's about creating a home that supports and nurtures you, filled only with things that bring you joy. It's about facing your past, confronting your anxieties about the future, and learning to live more fully in the present. It's about treating your belongings, your home, and ultimately yourself with respect and gratitude. So, are you ready to experience the life-changing magic of tidying up? Remember, as Marie Kondo says, the question of what you want to own is actually the question of how you want to live your life. By tidying your space, you're taking the first step towards living your ideal life, and that truly is magical. Thank you for joining me on CEO's Library, the 1% Bookshelf. If you enjoyed this episode, please don't forget to subscribe and leave a review. And remember, the full transcript and accompanying visualizations for this episode are available at ceoslibrary.com. Until next time, here's to sparking joy in your space and in your life.